what I would do is kind of get a basic idea of the gores would be coming down. And what I'm gonna do here is just give you an idea of where you would put the charcoal if you were painting an eye. And give you a basic feeling of where the fabric was. And at times you'd have to get up close and pull it out somewhat to get a curve that you needed. And after you did that, you could then actually dust the charcoal off. There'd be a residue, but you didn't want to put too many values on there. You just kind of get an outline and look at your sketch. And as I said, sometimes we'd have a light box, and that would be more detailed. So what you're doing here, you can see you're moving back and forth, looking at the whole area. This would be the nose. So basic. Oh, my charcoal gone down.
How much charcoal would you use in a balloon?
Oh,
Boxes and boxes?
no, not really. Just, yeah, maybe one box of the charcoal. And when you have it, you're putting pressure on it, where the charcoal has a tendency to move down. So you've got to lift it and push out another portion of it, and then lock it in place. But as you step back, that is the only way you can really get an idea of what you're doing. There's the nostril. Can you see that?
Yeah.
The other part of the eye. You wouldn't put the eyelashes in. You do that with paint. Well, there's the charcoal slipped down again. We'll have to leave it that way. Can you see that, Gilda's actually?
Yes, it came out just fine.
Okay. Could I have a rag? Even just a,
Paper towel?
yeah,
Would that work?
yeah, or a napkin. Napkin's fine. Do that. Give me the napkin right there.
Right here?
Yeah. Because when you put the dye on, it would still have a tendency to come through. So what you would do, you would take off the darkest part of the charcoal. And that gave you a guide to work with.
Oh.
Then you take your spray gun. And you'd be on the lift and take it and just start basically to do really light colors to get a guide. And then in a larger area, I would even use this gun for the eye, because you can reduce the amount of pressure, and by turning the nozzle, you can get a real small bead on it. And the air pressure is only about 30 pounds. So you didn't have all this overspray. So by doing that, and then at times you'd have to pull the fabric out and go maybe a little more detail to get it on there. And it was a constant weapon. And then you'd take it and you'd have to turn the balloon after you finished an area to work on it. So as we said before, you would never see it in its own entirety. You'd see sections. But that's why you would always step back. And I would take my lift and drive the lift even back 20 feet so I could look at it and get an idea.
Now, did you do all the charcoal on one section and then wipe it down and then paint it and move it?
Yes.
And then do the next section and charcoal? So it was a constant change of pictures?
Yes,
painting.
exactly. A different area each time. And you would do it slowly. That's why it would take so long.
Well, with all the details and everything, you'd have to do it slowly.
And some
So
of the
you're-
clients didn't understand that.
Sure.
And I can because they see other paintings and they, don't understand why. For the balloon fabric, it's someone's life in your hands that you're flying in the air with. And it just has to be done just precisely. And then after the artwork was completed, I would take a pad that you would use to paint your wall, and with a bucket of acrylic material, I got it, and Don Picard actually helped him. He had a friend down in Santa Monica that made, or Venice, and so I got some material from him. And you would just put a light coat of acrylics over the painting, over every square inch of your paint. So that took a while to do too. And then you let it dry and then you can turn it and put another coating on. And that helps seal it.